Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing? My name is Matt Jarbo. Welcome to $3 Theater, and of course, this is my discussion of The Boys, season 2, episode 3, "Over the Hill with the Swords of 1,000 Men." This was a fantastic episode. This was the end of the first arc of the season, in my opinion. There's only 8 episodes total, so we have 5 episodes left. But this really established the characters. It brought us further and deeper into the world and gave us some, oh my God, you would only get this on The Boys type moments. So really what to kind of like start to break it down. And I forgot to mention this in the last review. I forgot to talk about the Deep when I talked about episode 2. So really quick, the Deep is on this new journey where he's going to be joining the Church of the Collective, essentially Scientology. Let's be fair, that's what it is. And in the last episode, he took mushrooms and he connected with his gills. He connected with his body because he's a lot of body issues. And I never quite understood why. Like, I was like, oh, I mean, I get you have gills. Everyone knows you have gills and they don't look that creepy. Okay, fine. I mean, they're voiced by Patton Oswalt, so there's that. But we finally find out in this episode that as he attempts to become a hero once again, where that insecurity comes from. And and I'll talk about that towards the end, but still, I am enjoying now the Deep's arc. I felt he was probably the most wasted character in season 1. Season 2, he's still not the best, but we can start to see what's going on with him. We start to see this long story start to play out, and I'm really happy with that. Additionally, we're starting to see Homelander, in my opinion, unravel. We're just watching this guy unravel. So it's like, I had said in the last review that I thought that Ryan wouldn't be a superhero. Like, Ryan would just be a normal kid. And they kind of played with that at the beginning of the episode when Homelander had him on the roof and he's like, look, you can fly. You're like me. You can fly. All you have to do is just jump off the roof and it will happen. And the kid's like, I don't want to do it, Dad. I don't want to do it. And he's like, oh, you called me Dad. And he shoves him off the roof. And what I love about that shot was it didn't shy away from him falling off the roof and smacking into the ground. And it looked like he died. And I was like, holy crap, they killed a kid on this show. But no, he's alive. At this point now, he's kind of turning into mini Brightburn, but that's okay. He's going to have to grapple. I think Ryan will be the hero. You know what I mean? I think Ryan will be the one who protects people and doesn't do it through a sociopathic lens like Homelander does. So that's interesting. Also in this episode, it appears that Starlight was able to get the Compound D or Compound V over to the New York Times or to the media because they were able to break that story. Now, we didn't see that take place. She had mentioned in the last episode about potentially wanting to go and release it to the New York Times or something. But, clearly that was her intention. We just didn't see her do it. But it gets out there and it takes everyone by surprise. And no one knows specifically like how it happened, right? They're trying to figure all that out. They're trying to see what's going on with all that right now. Obviously, it's just all PR. They're all just trying to cover their ass. But it's interesting to watch the machine work, right? It's interesting to watch what happens when you have a high-profile company like Vought that is invested in pharmaceuticals and stock trading and movies and entertainment and all this stuff, and how this scandal can start to break them. So then the question becomes, how are they going to be able to turn it around, right? How are they going to be able to spin it? Well, obviously it has a lot to do with the terrorist too. I also, real quick, I thought I read that his character name was Kevin. I was wrong. It's Kenji. That's my bad. But now in this episode, they've got him on a boat. And they've got him tied up down in the bottom of the boat as they're 3 miles off the coast of New York, waiting for a rendezvous with the colonel's men. Unfortunately, that whole thing gets screwed up when basically the NYPD shows up to go, hey, this boat is stolen. And at that point, Kenji gets free, takes out the helicopter, and now everyone's on their ass. So they start taking off. And here's where it gets a little bit ridiculous. And I only say that because like it came out of nowhere, but all of a sudden all these sharks started attacking the boat, like ramming it. And then out comes this blue whale. And then on him is the Deep, we're getting an Aquaman moment, right? We're getting a real Aquaman moment, which I enjoyed immensely. But I'm like, how the hell did he get from Sandusky, Ohio, where there isn't a large connecting body of water to the coast in the Atlantic 3 miles off the shore, or well, at this point, 1 mile off the shore from a CIA safe house. That's what I don't get. It doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest with you. And so some of the placements here didn't really work out very well. But when, oh my God, though, like, holy crap, when they're racing towards the coast, racing towards the beach, and the deep plants Lucy, that whale, right in their path, thinking triumphantly that he's won, that they're not going to dare ram a whale, that they're not going to dare hurt this innocent sea creature after they had just been unloading assault rifle rounds at sharks, which, by the way, was also a really cool shot. I really enjoyed that. And the fact that he goes, Butcher just like, just ducks down, cranks the boat into full gear, and rams just directly into Lucy, impaling her with the boat. And just, oh my God, the look on Huey's face, which is why it's the thumbnail. The look on Huey's face was just priceless. That was, and what I loved was Mother's Milk talked about that afterward. Like, Huey's done, dude. He's messed up. Like, you got to do something about this, as he's talking to Billy. He's telling Billy, like, look, man, like, you don't want to lose the canary in the coal mine. You don't want to lose, the one person who will tell you you've gone too far. Like, you need him. And Billy didn't quite understand that at this point. So that to me was fascinating, because he kind of starts to realize that, because Huey's waiting for Starlight to, he's waiting, trying to get away, but he ends up encountering Starlight, thinking that she got his message, where he basically told her that he loved her. She blasts him with her power, and then Homelander shows up, and he's like, oh, this guy again? Oh my God. So he's kind of in the know that something is happening. They're like, this is not necessarily a coincidence, and then he tells Starlight to kill him, and Starlight wasn't going to do it. But, Huey is kind of like, okay, like, I could die here. I don't want to, but if it maintains your cover, I'll do this because I love you, sort of thing. I'll die for you. But Billy decides to unleash Kenji, who just brings this sewer down on Homelander, and then what appears to be a trolley car and some more cement, and just buries him in there, and then escapes as Kimiko goes after him, trying to stop him. But then Stormfront shows up. And what I love, and I kept talking about that before, right? I mentioned that a couple times before. I'm waiting for her deficiency. I'm waiting for her malicious nature to step up, because she's supposed to be a female Homelander. She's supposed to be as bad. In this case, she's entirely worse, in my opinion. And that's entirely done on purpose. Aya Cash brings it in this scene, because we see the fact that she has zero regard for human life. She doesn't care. She views these people as chattel, because she rockets, or she blasts Kimiko and Kenji into this apartment where this family's just hanging out, and the family's not doing anything. They're just not doing anything, but she still kills all three of them anyway. She takes the dad and she hucks him into a fridge, and you just see his head connect with it, blood go everywhere. You don't see her kill the other two, but she definitely did. As Kimiko and Kenji are running up the stairs, here comes this other dude. The other guy's like, oh, what's going on? And he just gets blasted out a window. And then the next floor up, that whole thing blows up. You hear people screaming, you see lightning coming out at everything. And I'm just like, she's just slaughtering everyone. She's just destroying all this property, not even a care. But as we've established, none of them care. Maybe Starlight does, but none of the other ones care. And then Kenji tries to stop her. She ends up breaking Kenji's hands. And then she starts to choke him out until he's about to die. And then she calls him a racial epithet and snaps his neck right in front of Kimiko. But then Homelander lands, and he's like, well, he was mine. And she's like, well, tough titties, Grandpa. This happens when you snooze, you lose, sort of thing. So what I love about that right there was Homelander, again, he's kind of going through this weird emotional journey as he's trying to understand being a parent and force his kid to be a god, but he still wants to have control. He still wants to maintain control as the leader of the Seven, as Homelander. And here comes Stormfront, and she doesn't care. She doesn't care, because I think she thinks that she and him can fight, and she would probably win. And the truth of the matter is, I think he's kind of intimidated by her, not in the way of normal intimidation. It's a jealousy factor. He doesn't like being upstaged, but she has no problem upstaging him. In fact, Stan Edgar, Giancarlo Esposito at the end of the episode, because keep in mind that they're still dealing with this whole breakdown with Compound V getting out there, and they're trying to spin it as some former scientists that have gone rogue, and they don't know, and they're playing it up. They're doing the PR spin, but they use all this chaos for some good PR, and they prop up Stormfront as a distraction, as a way to very much, go, hey, no, like, she saved the day. She killed everybody, and, but no one knows it because anyone who would have seen it is dead. And at this point, they think that she killed a terrorist, and the terrorist it's brilliant marketing on their part. So I really enjoy that they're playing that up, kind of like the plane going down in the first episode of season 1, where they're like, well, no, we know that it was Homelander, but as other people start to realize that, it becomes this oh shit moment. So I have to wait and see what happens next. Kimiko now has got her sights set on Stormfront. She's gonna go. That's gonna be a hell of a brawl. Homelander has got his sights set on Stormfront, as well as absolutely not trusting Starlight. So I don't know what Starlight's gonna do. The Deep. Oh yeah. So talking about the Deep, as I mentioned before, and I kind of got off topic again. So the Deep, when he was talking with Homelander, Homelander's like, look, dude, I need you to hold back. All right, we got to work this stuff out with the ladies. And then we got, we'll get you back, right? We'll get you back. But, oh, you tore your suit, so your gill's hanging out. Cover it up. It's disgusting. And since the Deep is on this journey of self-discovery, not only that, but self-acceptance, the fact that Homelander had made that comment to him goes to show you that this is a large part of the insecurities. And I think as we start to see Homelander and his interaction with these other people, because we already know Queen Maeve hates him. The Deep, at this point, it probably is going to grow to hate him. Stormfront hates him. Starlight hates him. Black Noir is just chill as hell as usual. And, and Avery or Ace, A-Train, that's his name. A-Train is most likely just like not wanting to be caught for going through all these withdrawals as he comes out of this coma. So, but I think eventually we're going to start seeing I think we're going to see Starlight and Queen Maeve and Stormfront all kind of team up against Homelander. We're going to get a massive, massive fight out of this. But let me quickly point out that at the beginning of the episode, it starts off with the director pitching a Justice League type movie, right? The Dawn of the Seven is what he wanted to call it. And the imaging that he used for like the logo was straight up Batman v Superman. It was straight up like that. So I thought that was really funny that they're playing up that aspect of it. And again, dealing with the whole corporate side of this stuff, I always enjoy. I like the business side of it. So yeah, this kind of, to me, this ends the first arc of the show. We have 5 more episodes. I don't quite know what's going to happen. Clearly now Stormfront's going to get crazier as she becomes more popular. She's going to do whatever she wants to do, and no one's going to stop her. And a whole lot of people are going to die. And I wonder if Homelander is going to attempt to try to become the hero and take her out if something bad happens. But I don't know, man. I don't know what he's going to do. He's a vindictive, petty, sociopathic narcissist with very little empathy. And now that's being challenged. And so with that whole notion, I just can only imagine the amount of violence that is going to take place over the course of the rest of the season. And I'm here for it, to be honest with you. I thought this was a great episode. This tied together the first 2. I had a couple complaints with the second one. I felt it kind of was more of a character buildup, but it was the second act. This is now absolutely the third act. And holy crap, that whale scene is nuts. I was laughing my ass off in one of those shocked moments. So it was great. But as always, I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear your opinions. Let me know down in the comments below. If you made it through all 3 episodes, let me know here. What are your predictions for next week? What do you think is going to happen? I want to hear about it. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again for watching, and peace the hell out.